So you might be here because you want to make money really, really fast. And what I just want to do and talk to you a little bit about is your 10-year vision of who you want to be. Not to be like warm fuzzy. It's just if you don't know where you want to be 10 years from now, not to be warm and fuzzy. It's just if you don't know where you want to be 10 years from now, you don't really know what actions to take right now. And you're going to take the wrong actions and you're not going to do something you enjoy. So what I want you to think about right now as we kind of wrap this up is, what's your big goal? Why are you doing this? Why do you want your business to exist? And a really good question I saw when I was learning from another mentor is, if your business exploded, who would be sorry? Who would miss you? And that's the type of business you want to build. And what you're working on right here, it just isn't a 30-day goal. It's not a 6-month goal. It's a 10-year goal. You have a lot of time left to live. And if you don't, I'm sorry. But if you have more than 2-3 years to live, you have a lot of time to live-ish. I don't know. All right. So, and if you still have like 10, 20 years, like, you're good. And here's the funny thing. In the next 20 years, there's a really good chance aging is going to be stopped and reversed. So you could potentially have hundreds of more years to live. And I'm not going to get into that right now, but you really need to focus on where you want to be. For example, 8 years ago, I was sitting on an Air Force bunk bed at the fire department making 24, maybe even less than that a year, out of my mind in pain and awfulness. It was terrible. And then there's a moth that just exploded back there. Mothman, hashtag Mothman, So what you got to think about is, if I'd approached my internet marketing career, which I tried to in like a 30-day, 60-day thing, and then given up when it didn't work 60 days from now, where would I be right now? I'd be living with my parents smoking pot. And you must also think that way too. So yeah, go and try and make money fast here, but think about what you're doing here is going to snowball into the next year and then the next year and then 10 years from now. And I went from being in 8 years a person who was sitting on a bunk bed, miserable, below poverty line almost, to a person that's sitting in his crazy souped out garage with a $400,000 car behind him and a multi-million-dollar house, who hasn't thought about money in months, because I got a lot of it. I'm not saying it to brag. I'm just saying, like, where has it taken me? And then right now, my 10-year vision is, I want to get Market Hero to be a company that's worth $500 million. And then I want to start a nanotech company that helps connect humans' brains to computers, or helps reverse aging. We haven't really isolated exactly what we want to do, but I want to head in that direction. And that's how you have to think about this. As you're looking at this program, don't just think, oh, how am I going to create this one webinar to make a lot of money right now? You need to think, how can I make this one webinar and get really good at this? And then how is this sales skill going to turn into something else? And how can I apply this to another business? And then how can I make this a really big business? And how can I make this my big dream vision? And you need to identify what you're doing, because there's no point to it. And there's so much scientific evidence that having more things doesn't make you more happy. That car doesn't make me more happy. It doesn't. I mean, I barely notice it. And in fact, there's a moth killing machine on top of it, and it's getting moth guts all over the top of the car. So you guys got to be real with yourself in that. Making more money is not going to make you more happy, but knowing why you're building your business and everything is going to make you extremely happy. And when you have that 10-year vision of where you want to go with your life and the big things you want to cause, that's going to make you wake up and be like really fucking pumped to work on this. And so really think about that. Don't think in just a 6-month plan. Think of a 2-year, 5-year, 10-year plan, and think about how what you're learning right now is going to change who you're going to be 10 years from now, not just 6 months from now. I'm not even at 10 years from when I started this. I'm about 8 years from when I got really into internet marketing. Actually, like 2013 is when I went really, really hard. So almost like 5 or 6, to be honest. That's when I actually started getting like results. So that's how you need to view it. This one course and what you're learning right now could be the thing that makes you worth $100 million 8 years from now. I'm not joking. Sure, you're going to learn a lot more things between now and then in this course, But these actions you're taking right now are the precursor to you becoming worth 100 million, or having so much money you can travel the world passively with your family, or being able to build really successful businesses to help people, or whatever the hell you want to do. Look, if you want to go shoot heroin on the beach and have so much money in your bank account that you can just sit around and shoot heroin on the beach, that's great. Align with your vision and do it, okay? And I don't think that's a great vision, but it just depends on what you want to do as a person. You need to know why you want to do it, or you're not going to know why you're doing it, and then you're not going to do it. Think about the grand vision, where you want to be, and how this is a precursor to something bigger. This is the precursor to something huge. That one decision I made on my Air Force bunk bed to say, you know what, I'm going to do this SEO thing, and I'm just going to do it. I'm going to take the $6,000 I have out of my bank account. This is all the money I have in the world. I'm going to go do this. And that's why I priced the program this way, because I put that money in. I went all in. And so I want people in here to go all in as well. I put that money all in. I used it to fund myself, to get everything off the ground and build it. And it took me a really long time because I had no mentorship or no guidance. But I did get it going. And then I got it going a little bit more. And then once I really got going, got to $1 million a year, got to $3-5 million a year, then got my business past $10 million a year. Where can it all go? You need to get excited about that, because that's the reality. And it's hard to get excited if you're just putting a course together that you don't really like, or you're putting a program or a service together that you don't really like, and then you're just putting it together just to put it together to make extra money. And then you're going to get all this extra money and you're going to spend on things, and you're going to be miserable because you don't know why you're doing it. And you're going to keep doing this thing that makes you miserable, and you might as well literally just go get a low-paying job where you don't work very much and sit around your house and smoke pot and play video games, because you will have the same exact life satisfaction doing that as you would making lots of money doing something you hate. You would actually have a lot less working. It is far better to go and do something you love that is just by definition being a loser than it is to do something you don't really love to make money and be a winner. Because at the end of the day, it's all chemicals in your brain. And if you're doing what you really enjoy, those chemicals are there, and at the end of the day, if you want to chalk up who had the most happy chemicals in the brain, you'll beat the person who worked on something they don't like and don't enjoy. So think of your grand vision, everything that can become, and don't chase the money, chase the lessons and the lessons that are going to allow you to build something you love to do. So that's it.